Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 3:03 a.m. Tuesday, May the 24th. And before I start, I have to give a disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Any trade that you take on this live session, you are taking at your own risk. Alrighty. The market is already moving. The dollar is busting down. Alright, let's see what's going on. Yesterday, ooh, look at that. Yesterday, I was waiting for, let me remove these fibs so y'all can see what's going on. Alright. I'm going to mark, this is the fib that we're working with for the dollar. This is our point A, point B. Point A is our last low. Point B is our high. And we are now waiting to see what fib extension the dollar is going to hit before it turns around. So yesterday, this was yesterday's candle, yesterday's daily candle. And this pink line right here is a daily support resistance zone. And we were waiting for price to close. I was trying to see if it was going to break this zone or if it was going to reject and come back up. So it looks like it broke. You can see it came up, tested this area, and now we're moving to the 50. So we can expect it to hit the 50, maybe the 618, 786 before it turns around. We don't know when it's going to turn around, but thankfully for the fib, we can get an idea. So since the dollar's still falling, I'm still expecting my TPs to be hit on GU, NU, AU to continue their buys, EU, and then USD CAD, USD JPY, USD CHF to continue falling. So let's see, I'm gonna go back down to the 1 hour, and I'm gonna put my other fib back up because before I deleted it, you could see that it was almost at full TP. So this is the next area, this yellow support and resistance zone where I'm expecting price to come to on the dollar. So let's check this GU position. Oh, back to TP2. Expecting TP3 to get hit. Let's see. How many more pips we get? Another 111 pips. I'm gonna move this over. I entered this position last week, Thursday. I did get out on Friday because I normally don't hold trades over the weekend. But I am definitely going to change that so I can catch all my pips. I did re-enter yesterday. This was my second entrance yesterday, this blue line. Alright, so I am currently up 65 pips. I entered UJ last night during Asian session just because I saw that the dollar did close below the 382 on the daily. So I knew we were continuing down. And as I stated yesterday, I trade all USD pairs and just correlate it with the dollar. So if I know the dollar's going down, I'm going to sell the USD pairs and buy the opposite pairs, GU, AU, EU. Just got to wait on entries. So this did consolidate some more. Looks like it just broke out. And currently up 28 pips. Let's see. Do we have any news? Any red folder news? Euro at 330. So we're going to watch Euro right now. I'm not sure. Did I mark it up yesterday? Look at that. Yes, I did. We're gonna see if we can catch a move. So I did not catch this Euro move. All right, I'm gonna clear this chart since we got Euro news at 330. I normally basically just watch for USD news and GBP news, so I'm not sure if this is really going to move the market or not, but it's 311. We got about a little over 15 minutes, so we got time to remark this up and see if there is a move for us to catch. So I do top-down analysis and go up to the monthly. I'm going to mark this recent low right here from May. Which lines up with January 2017 lows. Looks like price hit this area and turned around. I'm gonna change my color. I'm gonna mark this high from June 2021. Make sure my line is straight. Alright, don't really... Do I have a trend line? Yes. Got two touches. Touch there, touch there. Alright. Gonna go down to the weekly. So right now my range is from May 2021 to May 2022. Gonna go down to the weekly, narrow it down a little bit more. I'm gonna mark all of the recent areas where price turned around. So I got this area right here. Change to my weekly color. Right here. This one is most recent. This is March 2022. And then here, I'm gonna put it at the bottom of this candle, top of this wick. That candle body. So it's like price tried to trade below this zone and it ended up closing right at the top of this candle. And then I got two touches here with this wick. Touch the same zone, close below. That's what we're gonna do for the weekly. Gonna narrow it down a little bit more. Looks like we got a daily trend line. Just change this color. Got one touch there, two touch. Getting a little closer in price. This is February 2022. So now I'm looking to see if I want to change this to this area right here. Mark up this daily area. We got a couple touches. One, two. Played around in that area right there, so I'd rather have it marked up than not. Here, even though price traded straight through it. So most recent areas. Gonna go down to the 4-hour. Alright. The price is starting to get a little clearer. I'm just gonna bring this over. Make sure it's straight. This looks like a big zone. I am actually going to delete this one. I'm going to change it to a 4-hour zone. This looks more relevant right here. So we got 3 touches. 1, 2, 3. Change it to 4-hour. And it looks like that's where price is reaching to. Let's extend this. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna add an area in right here because we did get quite a bit of touches in this area. Go down to the hourly. Let's see what's most relevant. That is just moving up wonderfully. As I said, the dollar is selling, so all right. It looks like I could put one here. It touched over here perfectly. Okay. There we go. Got a touch here. So it looked like it broke. We can get a retest and a push back up. But with news coming, we don't know. And it touched here and it touched here. So that was perfect. And I think I saw one more. Got a touch here. and here. Perfect break and retest. This this is not playing. It's not playing. This was 3 o'clock. We 23 minutes into this candle. 49 pips. That is somebody's TP already. I believe we're coming up to this blue line. Let me go back to the 4 hour. Didn't look for a trend line. I definitely see a trend line on the 1 hour. Okay. Yep, we got a 4 hour trend line. Alright, is the same trend line. It looks like we got a nice, I was gonna say channel, but it definitely broke out of that channel. Look at that. Got 1, 2, 3 touches, break, a retest, tested it again. So I'm going to leave this channel here. So when it comes back in, all right. So now I'll draw my fibs. I draw my fibs on a 1 hour. And this is how I find my most recent fib. So this is our most recent lows, and we got a double bottom. So I'm gonna take it from my low to my high. Right? Gonna draw it across. This low point is point A. My high is point B. Okay, so this would be my most recent high. But with the fib, you're looking for the retracement and then continuation. So this was my lower low. This was a higher high. This is equal lows. This is a higher high. Higher low. Higher high. So the most recent higher high from the low is point B. Then you're looking for price to retrace either to the 382, the 50, 618, 786. Price can pull all the way back for the buy to still be valid. If it breaks the one, the buy is no longer valid. It broke structure. Look for the retest structure and go into a sell. In this case, it came down and tested this trend line. Didn't quite hit the 50, but it came close. This is where we would have entered. It gave us a double bottom. This is where we would have entered to take the buy, catch all of this up to the 618. Normally when it hits the 618, it reverses some, which it did a little bit. So now we're looking for our second fib because it looked like price is continuing. So now with the second fib, your most recent low will be point C. So this is A, this is B, the retracement is C, which now becomes your point A. B becomes the next higher high, which is here. So now we got I'm going to delete this one. This is our most recent fib. So now we have point A, point B, point C, point D is 618. This fib has been filled. So now we do another fib. Point A is at your point C. And it doesn't look like, let's delete this one, like we got a good retracement. Price didn't quite come all the way back to the 382. So I'm not sure if I want to count this as my point B. So now I am going to put, let's go back. And I'm going to delete this fib because to me, it is not ready. Price fulfilled this fib. So now add the 618 and reversed. And then continue. I'm looking for price to come here to this zone just because I know that the dollar's still dropping. Now, I am going to mark a zone right here. Because price did stall in this area. And it looks like this is where price currently is. I'd rather have it drawn to see what happens versus not having it drawn and then something happens. Price is right at it. And it looks like we're getting a little bit of rejection. It is now 331. Let's see. Since we know that this is still an uptrend, let's see if we can get a retest on this 5-minute area. To catch this continuation up. Let's see what the dollar is doing. I didn't draw that fib back on there. Let me draw my recent fib. We're gonna check this daily fib. We coming to this 50. This is a 4-hour zone. Yep. How many pips we got? So with the dollar, it says 246 pips, but I'm not sure if this is the same as like with indices where it says like 2,000, you take a number off and it's really 200. I'm not sure if this is 246 or 224. I have to figure that out and look that up, so I'll know that by tomorrow. But this is what we got. We coming down here to either this 4-hour zone or this 50. And I'm not going to say it's going to turn around because I don't know, but I just know we're going to keep falling. So this is our daily candle and our daily range. So we are going to look for an entry to get in on this continuation of this buy. Price broke out nicely at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's up 72 pips. We're going to get a pullback. Look for this to retest this area. And we're going to get in. Look for it to retest this area. And at least catch a couple of pips just in this zone. Because we know it's coming up. Simply because the dollar's dropping. That's how we know. Even though it is on the daily, that's why I said this candle is going to retrace. That's just what price does. It's going to retrace. So I can catch a couple pips on EU. So I'm going to wait and watch for this retracement. Because price broke out. We needed to retest this area. Retest and go higher. So that's what I'm looking for on EU. If you can see, we came out of this channel, retested, hit this level, came back down and tested, broke out. We always get a retest. Just gotta wait on it. All right, AU. Look for price to retest this trend line. We'll take it up to 618. That's a nice 50 pips to finish that move. So now we just waiting on entries. Is this marked up? We got point A, B, I'm sorry, A, B, C, D. I can place a new fib right here on B. Now mix it my A, And this is going to be my B. Let's remove this, see what we got. So this is my A, B, C. Price came down to the 382, came back to the 0, which would have technically been RTP1. All right, so I want to see, because this looks like consolidation still. I want to wait for this to break out and retest this. And I'm going to look to take it to negative 27 for TP1. That's 40 pips. And if the dollar keeps dropping, then to the 618 for 100 pips. Trying to see if I want this trend line. Got 2 touches. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave it. We got 20 more minutes to this candle close. It is looking like a nice engulfing candle. So it's the beginning of the day. Let's see if we got a daily fib. I'm gonna remove this fib for a second. All right. Because this is a perfect example of a break of structure. So right here, we can see that this was clearly a buy, right? We got our low, we got our higher high, we got our lower low, we got our higher high, and we got our higher low. And I'm sorry, this is our low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, currently at another higher low, right? But this was our last low, higher low, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? This was our last higher high. Price came below it. And it has not given us a higher high. So price came below our last higher high. And this purple line right here perfectly represents our break of structure. Price came down, retested structure. So now we want to look for a lower low for confirmation that this is selling and it is no longer a buy. Daily on our fib. So this would be point A. This would be point B right here. So low, higher high, higher low, which is our retracement. Point A, B, C came all the way down to the 786. Let's see how long it took. 7 days, 379 pips. Now, it reversed a little bit, but continued. Since this buy continues, our point C now becomes our point A for our fib. So A, then our next high point becomes our point B. I'm going to delete this one. And USD CAD is lining up with the dollar because the dollar is retracing. And we're waiting for it to hit that fib level. We're waiting for it to hit that fib level, y'all. Soon, as I get confirmation, we shorten GU, AU, NU, EU. We buy USD CAD, USD CHF, and the dollar. Because I have a broker where I can trade the dollar as well. All right, so now this was our new point A. This is our new point B. This is our new C. You see it pull back to the 382. Price came up and it hit the 27 and then it reversed. Got in at this 382. Price shot straight up. It didn't play no games. For 291 pips for your TP. And instead of continuing on, price reversed. So on USD CAD, I feel like I'm always waiting on USD CAD to break out a consolidation. I'm looking, this should be a zone somewhere up in here. Yep, I'm gonna mark it there. We got 2 touches over here. My line, is my line straight? Alright, we got 2 touches over there. I played around, price broke, and retested it. Didn't quite touch, but we got all that rejection. I got another zone somewhere up in here. This is a lot of free space. Maybe I don't. Look at that. Okay, so it's 90 something pips. That was such a pretty double bottom right there. I am, let's see. So I was looking to see if I could put a fib here. That was definitely a nice trend line right there. It's kind of irrelevant to us now. But I'm a market. Touch, bought, touch, bought, touch, broke through. Probably got to retest on a lower time frame. I'll retest it right here. Let me see, are we gonna pull back on the dollar? UJ position is moving good. I'm looking for an entry on UCAD because it's gonna give me one. Let's see, what's EU doing? I said I was going to wait for this retest on AU. All right. UCAD. Now I'm like, I don't even know if I want to wait for it to break out this box. How many pips is that? 48. Gonna come down further in box price and let's see if it's gonna come all the way up and really give us a retest. Look at that retracement. 6 minutes before this 1 hour candle closes. I'm looking for this fib. Okay. Here we go. I can put one here, I see. An A to a B right here. Point A, point B, point C. Excuse me. He came back to the 382 and gave us our D. Ended right there in the 618. Price is stuttering here on the 618. But because I know, at least for today, that I'm still looking for the dollar to fall some more to that 50% on the fib, I know that I'm still looking for a sell for today on UCAD. So just looking for a good entry to take it here to this next level. So now my point B becomes my point A on my fib. A. And my B is going to be this area right here. Going to delete that so we can see it clear. Alright. Did I move something? Yes, I did. Alright, so we got A. My B came to the 50. Got TP1. So point A. I'm sorry, not my B. Point A, point B here at this 0. Point C came up to the 382. Right now, this would be TP1. And I would just expect for it to come to the 27 since it didn't retrace too far. So, oh, look at that. Oh. My entry area is going to be, I'm going to set a sell limit here. My stop loss is going to be at these highs. And my TP is going to be here at the 27. This is TP1, and if the dollar continues to fall, this is going to be TP2. And that is what I was looking for on UCAD. UJ, I'm up 30 pips on UJ. I just set a sell limit. So this 29 pips stop loss, 122 TP. It's a 1 to 4. That's if we get TP2. If we just get TP1, not quite a 1 to 2, but close. This is what I'm looking for UCAD. Most definitely. What you can wait on is a break and retest of this area. I set a sell limit. Not a sell limit. I'm sorry, a sell stop. Because I'm getting in. Or to be more safe, you can wait for it to break out and retest this area. The dollar is busting down. Yo, this is just beautiful. This is just today. My GU position. It better stop playing with me and make his way on up to TP3. This candle in UJ is everything. Look like it's approaching a trend line. If you're not in UJ, you wait for this trend line to break and retest. And you can get in it and catch it to 126.552 for TP1. And 125.243 for TP2. UJ was a mess. Look at all this consolidation. Fake breakout, finally broke out. You could wait for it to come back and retest this, or wait a little further for it to retest this trend line. These three right here got 2 touches there on the hour. So I'd go down to the 15-minute and wait for an entry for it to break and retest that. That's moving beautifully. EU still haven't given us a retracement. I definitely missed this entry on AU. Broke this trend line and retested it right here. It's already up 15 pips. And that was a nice double bottom. Looking for this to go up to the 618. I missed this entry, but I am let me see. Look at this. Might get a retest on the hourly. It's still pushing. Struggling. Oh my goodness. Why is it doing me like this? Probably because I'm putting the wrong number in. That's about a 1-to-1. Not really something that I would like. And this looks like a zone right here. This blue line is the 618 on the fib. And this other blue line is a zone on the, is it the daily? No. What is blue? 4 hour? Bear with me. I just color coded this stuff just for the live. Look at this 4 hour nicely. This is a 4 hour fib. Yeah, this was a 4 hour zone. And this yellow line is a 1 hour zone. To play it safe, I would come here. It's 32 pips. Entry wasn't the best. I would have preferred to got in right there. That would have made this a better trade. Would have made it a 1-to-2. 18 pip stop loss, 44 pip TP. Alright, so we're going to leave it here. About a 1-to-1. Entries matter. USD CAD did not break this trend line. Gonna wait. What do we have going on here? This fib completed and price reversed. Oh, you know what? I'm just realizing my 200 is right here. I didn't even check to see if it was near price on any of these other pairs. Price is definitely coming up to this 200. Because price just moves beautifully to the 200 like that. It's like a magnet for price. Let's see what the daily did. Now, NU daily candle. Let's see. This one is a pretty big candle. And that was 121 pips. NU daily candles range. See, like this is very little. This is big. We don't know what this daily pips are gonna be for NU. Right now we at 38. One thing about Forex, you will always get a move because there will always be a retrace, okay? Just gotta patiently wait. Box price in. This fib was completed. This was our point A, point B, point C. Price came up. TP1, TP2, TP3, which is D. Our point C becomes our A. So it's our point B right here. I'm gonna delete this one. A, B, C, got that double bottom. D, this fib is completed. Point A, point B, to the 50. Looking for price to come back to TP to the 0, which is TP1. If the dollar continues to fall, we'll get that. So in U, we got this engulfing candle. Normally on an engulfing candle, I try to look for price to fill 50%. But we're gonna come down here to this 15-minute and let's see what we can look for. We got a nice double bottom here. So what do we want to look for? Let's mark this trend line. We got 3 touches. 1, 2, 3. And you's going to buy. It's going to continue to buy. Looks like this is a zone that I do not have marked up. I'm going to hide this fib real quick. When you want to hide the fib, you just click on it. Come up here to the toolbar. Click those 3 dots. Hide. Alright. Let's see price a little clearer. Because it definitely looks like I got some zones that's not marked up. That beautiful double bottom right here with all these touches. I'm going to move it down to most relevant price. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. I just love it when we get beautiful touches like that. It's like it broke, retested, bop, retested again, broke out. Didn't quite retest this level, but it did touch this trend line. Now, it touched this trend line and gave an engulfing candle. For me, that would be a confirmation to enter. And like I said, let's see, because I have been trying to test this theory about price retracing 50% of an engulfing candle for an entry, right? I take my GAN box, go to the top, to the low. I'm just gonna mark it up, and then we're gonna Google because I wanna see if this is a real thing. What color should we change this to? We're gonna change it to this gray color. This is 50% of this engulfing candle. And let's go to our good old handy dandy book, online book, Google. All right, let's see. How accurate are engulfing candlesticks? There was a 52% probability of a downward correction following a bullish engulfing candle. For the bearish pattern, the situation was the reverse. A bearish engulfing candle had a 51% probability of being followed by an upward correction. 52% probability of a downward connection following a bullish. Well, I've never heard that price was going to be bullish. I mean bearish after a bullish engulfing candle. I'm sorry, y'all. I got distracted because this is an order block. Up move before a down move. Price traded into this order block perfectly. And whoever caught this made a good 40 pips. Okay. But we are testing this engulfing candle. Let's look at baby pips. I'm just going to repeat this because I said it on my live yesterday. I am not a pro. I am a novice trader. I've been trading for a year and a half. This trading channel is my trading journey. So I'm just working up live, talking to myself, walking myself through it. When I stumble upon something, I do want to research it. Whether it is a book that I have here, or if it's something that I'm going to look up online, or if it's something I'm going to look up in some courses that I have later. So when you see me stumble across a couple of websites like Baby Pips, don't worry about it, sweetheart, okay? We gonna learn together, okay? If you don't, though, I'm going to, because baby. All right, engulfing pattern. The engulfing pattern is formed by two candles, where the body of the first candle is engulfed by the body of the second candle, which we definitely have that, right? And then I believe this is this could be a sandwich candlestick pattern too, which I went over yesterday on my live, but we'll go over that again too. Engulfing patterns provide an approach for traders to enter the market in anticipation of a possible trend reversal. I've never heard of this. Where have I been with these engulfing candles? It's a possible trend reversal. It better be a trend reversal in the bearish direction. So an engulfing pattern is a reversal candlestick pattern that can be bearish or bullish, depending upon whether it appears at the end of an uptrend or downtrend. Okay, so this definitely is not the end of a trend. This, from what I am seeing, is a pullback, right? All right, because we have equal lows here, low, higher, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, equal high, equal low, higher high, higher low. So this is definitely not the top or bottom of a trend. This is in a pullback. And guess what? I'm looking at the pullback and I see this engulfing candle. Did price fill this engulfing candle 50%? Definitely looks like it. So I'm drawing it from the top of that wick to the bottom of the body. Not quite, but it did give you a nice pullback. Let's see. Oh, it did. Filled it 50%. I'm going to leave that there because we're going to continue to investigate this engulfing candle. This is another engulfing candle. High to low, 50%. Sure did. I'm going to keep track of these. I am definitely going to keep track of these. So that was a nice pullback. So this would have been a good entry. And then you got this other engulfing candle plus price moved away from this trend line. So this should have been an entry. This was a nice entry. And stop loss. I would have put stop loss a little below this 4-hour support resistance. because price didn't fully come back and retest. But to me, this could also be a break and a retest of this area. And price could come back and retest and then continue up. But it don't always have to fill it in. We got an imbalance right here. Price moved away rapidly. I'm gonna mark my imbalances with this same gray line. And I'm going to label the imbalance. And I'm gonna label this 50%, just so when I'm looking back, I know I have the line here. Really? Okay. It really didn't copy. And I did just type 40%. My life. I don't want that there. I'm gonna leave it. This was another 50% of the engulfing pattern. I just want to keep track. I want to see if this is something that consistently happens. If price consistently fills in 50% of the engulfing pattern. Why? You see this? So I won't be doing anchored text anymore. Okay. I think I got an anchored text on another one that I need to change. We're going to delete that. I need for my text to stay put. I mean, not, well, technically that did stay put, but like I needed to move. See, when I move my chart. This was an imbalance. I'm gonna, yeah, keep track of that. I want to see if it happens enough times for it to be relevant to me. All right. It looks like it's moving on down. Let's go back and check the dollar. Here's another engulfing. Here's an engulfing on the dollar. Look at here. Looky here. I guess technically, if it wasn't engulfing on a dollar, I should have got an engulfing on. Let's see. You got one on GU? Nope. I got a double top on GU though. And this looks like consolidation. I'm about to mark this consolidation. I stopped it there because we got this pin bar candle. It wigged out and this was the body. I'm actually going to bring that down to this body too. These wicks are all fake outs. All right, let's go back to NU. I'm sorry, let's go back to the dollar and finish marking this 50%. It looked like it already touched the 50%. Just barely. I'm gonna redo this, delete that, get it to be a little more accurate. Top of the body to the bottom of the wick. There we go. Little more. All right, there we go. Yep, it hit that 50% spot on. Okay, I was trying to make sure that was right. This is still our daily fib, still on our daily candle. This is why, like, you don't worry about missing a move. If price moves rapidly and just continues and you don't get an entry, don't worry about it. Just wait. Price gonna come back. So this daily candle is now retracing. I definitely do still see this dropping to the 50% of this fib, maybe further, but we don't predict. We just wait, see what price is going to do, and then we move with it, okay? I got my fibs on GU. I'm gonna hide this one and this one just because both of those were 1 hour fibs. And I want to see what this daily fib is doing. Because I definitely see the daily fib. We got our point A, B, yep. My TP3. I'm going to bring my TP3 down to line up with my daily fib. It's even better. Looks like getting a nice retrace. So I got to, let me adjust. Like this just happened. Like I literally just marked this consolidation. What's going on? That just dropped 82 pips. Okay. Got some orange folder news. which it is green, which meant it was good for the pair. The forecast was 53.9. It came out better. So I don't know if this is just a new spike before it continues to buy, because if it was good for the pairs, it should be pushing GBP back up. So let's see, are we getting a retrace to this trend line? My second entry is right here. My stop loss is at entry, so it looks like I might be having a look for another entry. Let's see if it's coming down to this trend line, retesting this zone right here, because price did just break out and never retested it. So that will line up perfectly, retest and hit this trend line and then continue to buy. I'm going to adjust my TP3. How many pips was it? 336 pips. Okay, so this is 231. And I'm gonna mark my TP1 pip. Where is my TP1? Okay, right here. TP1 was 150. Alright, so technically I did still get that 249 pips. See, this 250, but I just had to adjust TP to match this daily fib. I'd rather go by this daily fib. And it just about matches this zone right here, the coordinates that I got from Sterling Pound Live yesterday. Pound Sterling Live, okay. I was like, why is it not popping up? Put the wrong name in there first. We got about 20 minutes and I'm gonna be logging off at 5 o'clock. This is where I get all my news from for GBP. Definitely gonna start paying attention to the USD news. But I mainly would just come here for my GU news. This one came out today. I was looking for the article yesterday. Let's see, when did this one come out? Pound dollar rally. Oh, today. All right, so we got some updates. Pound dollar rally, a signal the worst is over. I doubt it. We're still in war. Our gas price is still going up. Sorry, pound. The pound to dollar exchange rate is a further 0.2% higher at the start of the new week, with the pair up to 1.2565. A development that could suggest the worst of the recent global markets sell-off is now over. I doubt it. It's just... I'm gonna finish it. I just looking to see what's going on. So yeah, like, what's going on with this dollar? Definitely a retracement. Still looking for GU to buy and the dollar to continue to sell. I still want to see it hit this 50%. So still looking for USD XXX pairs to sell, and then XXX USD pairs to buy. So when I mean XXX, like GBP USD pairs to buy, USD CAD to sell. Still looking for that for today. And just a nice retracement going on so that we can get in. Which, speaking of, I forgot I was looking for this to come back down on EU. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's what we was looking for, right? Looking for price to come back here so I can get into this buy. So now, coming to the 15-minute, I would prefer like a double bottom here or some type of rejection here to let me know to buy, or this trend line. I'm back at this trend line down here to continue higher. That's what I'm looking for. Let me see what the daily fib look like. I'm gonna hide my hourly fib. Point A to point B. This move has already completed. Definitely, I have the 200 moving average right here. Price is a magnet, so I'm definitely looking to see EU to come up to this 200 and to this support resistance zone right here. So mark a new fib. Technically can't. I don't think I can. I gotta pull back right there. Let's delete this other one. Yeah. This fib completed too. A, B, C, gotta pull back to the 50%. D, hit that 618. And I can't draw another one because I don't have a B point. So I'm gonna delete that. So I'm looking for price to come up here to this red line. Continue this buy and the sell off of the dollar. Price came past this 50%. Basically, so price broke, played around on this. This is a 50%. This is not a zone. This is a gray line. Okay. This is the zone. This is a trend line. Hit this trend line. We got an engulfing candle. Came back, tested this zone. Let's see if it's coming back down. Or if it's gonna turn around. Not many confirmations. I'm still holding on to UJ. Did not get my entry yet for UCAD. Where's UJ? We didn't even go over EJ. There we go. I'm still up. Technically, price is right there. 24 pips on that. I'm gonna move my stop loss to entry though because it did hit this trend line. I'm definitely gonna add another position if we can get a break and retest on this trend line right here. So about right here, I'll add a second entry just because it looks like I'm not gonna be getting into too much else today. GU came and stopped me out. So that news was significant, and I'm still not understanding why it is dropping. I'm definitely gonna go and read a news article because look at this. But this is why I like GU because it does moves like this. It's 86, 87 pips. I guess it's still in alignment in 15 minutes. It's the top of this candle. On the bottom of this candle, 88 pips in 15 minutes. That's why I love GU. All right, let's see. Everything keeps saying pound and strong recovery. So I'm definitely still looking for this buy to continue. Right now, I'm looking for an article to see what just happened. Okay, growing cross cost pressure support July ECB rate hike. But what was that news? It's manufacturing PMI. Here we go. Related news article. I want to see the actual article. I don't want to see no one's summary. All right, so I saw PMI right here, the services PMI. Just wanted to go back and make sure that's what this news was. Yep. Tuesday, 4:30, services PMI. So this is related to what's going on. Ongoing Eurozone economic expansion and growing cost pressures are likely to embolden European Central Bank policymakers to pursue higher rates, which would mean that GBP, okay, I'm going to keep reading. Business survey data for May showed the Eurozone's economic growth remained robust despite the war in Ukraine and surging commodity prices. Definitely has gas high, with the services sector showing particularly strong activity. S&P Global PMI survey data for May. Let's click this. Is it still loading? Okay. Okay, this is 3 whole pages. I'm going to read this when I get off. For May showed growth was led by the service sector, which recorded its second strongest expansion in the past 8 months. Nevertheless, there are signs growth rates are slowing. The services PMI for May read at 56.3, which is softer than the 57.5 the market was looking for. Okay, so okay. I did just look at one part. This is the one that I looked at. The forecast was 53. The actual was 55, so that was better. I did not look at this one. The forecast was 59. The actual was 58. So that was worse than the forecast predicted, which is why we see this drop. Okay, so I was wondering, like, why is it dropping? Okay, so nevertheless, there are signs growth rates are slowing. The services PMI for May read at 56.3, which is softer than the 57.5 the market was looking for, and down to the previous month's 57.5. A reading above 50 represents expansion. Eurozone manufacturing PMI for May read at 54.4, which was below the consensus expectation for 54.9 and below the previous month's 55.5. So this was the manufacturing. This says, Forex Factory says that the forecast was 53.9. This article says it was expected 54.9. And that's at 53. So it was off by like a point. Well, Forex Factory is not always accurate. Okay. That's something new. Normally I can just go to Forex Factory, look at my numbers, look at my chart, look for an entry. But good to know. The composite PMI, which gives a broader snapshot of the economy, read at 54.9, which is below the consensus expectation for 55.3 and below the previous month's 55.8. S&P Global reports factory output continued to be constrained by widespread supply shortages, with the Ukraine war and China's lockdowns having exacerbated existing pandemic-related supply chain pressures. Manufacturing new orders fell for the first time since June 2020. But the ECB won't be derailed in their plans to raise interest rates in July, given the underlying signs of building cost pressures. The service sector reported the strongest jobs gain for almost 15 years, and prices charged for goods and services rose at the second highest rate yet recorded by the survey. On Monday, ECB President Christine Lagarde wrote in a blog posted on the ECB website. I need to bookmark this website. That it was the assessment of the ECB that the Eurozone was moving away from a period of structurally low inflation, such as such, a rate hike in July and another by September was now considered to be appropriate. Euro exchange rates pushed higher of the development, and there is nothing in the incoming data that pushes back against these developments. So I guess because these euro exchange rates pushed higher, it dropped GU. So that would technically be correct. So I need to mark this. I've been trying to come up with a calendar that marks all major news, because even though this folder was orange, it definitely moved the market. But you see, this was red on EU, and at 3:30 We got a little push, not much, but I don't know how news does for EU. I know the GU goes crazy. So that red folder only pushed the market 49 pips. I'm not gonna say only because 49 pips is a lot, but compared to GU, I mean, this is why I love GU, because you get moves like this, especially from news. I love news. So I'm gonna get my news calendar together. These are red, but in my calendar they will be marked as major, and I will not be entering a position until after this news comes out. So we got the same thing today for USD. The same two manufacturing PMI and services PMI. So we're gonna see later at 9:45 what that does to the dollar. I am actually gonna put my UJ position, my stop loss at entry. I'm still up 20 pips. It's 5 o'clock. I will be back at 9 for New York session. Definitely gonna do some more research on this. And then we got a lot of red NZD folders. But even with the news, this lines, I want to say, I don't want to bite my tongue, but say this lines up with technicals. Hit this trend line and price came back and retested this zone. I still want to see my TP3 hit. Still do. Still want to see the dollar. Sorry, 1 second. I just went to YouTube on my phone and I see I had somebody in the chat. I have to fix this because I need to be able to see this. So I need to get this fixed for my live session for 9 o'clock. I need this to be on my other screen. But David, I'm glad you caught that GU short on a retest. That's what I just said. Nice. I'm glad you caught that because that was some nice pips right there, especially because news just happened. That's why I love. See, look at this anchor text. I'm not doing that again. I love GU news. Like, not a lot of pairs you can get moves like this. That's why I love GU. 80. Nope. 119 pips in an hour. In an hour. That's beautiful. Hey, to whoever else just joined. What are you looking at on the charts today? I'm trying to figure out how to get my chat on. I'm supposed to be logging off now. Is it 5 o'clock? I'm gonna go over the dollar briefly, and then I'm gonna log out. I was looking at this fib for the dollar, and we are currently, looks like we're reaching for the 50%. I would like to see the dollar continue to fall to the 50%, if not further, before buying back up. Delete that. This is our daily candle. So right now I believe we are just in a retrace. But I want to see what happens today. I want it to continue to sell. I do want to see price come down to this yellow line, which is my 4-hour zone. This price broke and retested, so I do want to see price continue to fall on the dollar to 101.560. So if the dollar continues to fall, that means I will continue to buy GU. I want to see my TP3 get hit. We just had some high impacting news, which I just went over. It's Tuesday, 4:30. They were orange folders. I was not expecting price to move the way that it did. So I'm setting my own economic calendar, and on my calendar, these will be red folders. I'll be back at 9 for a New York session, and as you can see, we have this same two for USD. And even though they are orange, I want to see what's going to happen. Let me see if I'm going to make that red on my own economic calendar too. So, yeah, but that news moved the market 119 pips in 1 hour. It did bring it back down to retest this blue support and resistance zone right here, because you see price came up, tested, it broke out, and we never got a retest. So I was looking for this retest right here. I do want to see price continue up on GU. I do want to see the dollar continue to sell, but this trade, I entered this on Thursday. I got out on Friday right here for 150 pips because I normally don't hold trades over the weekend, but I'm definitely going to start. I got back in. My second entry was right here on this blue line, and yesterday I was up 60 pips. I was trying to hold it to, yeah, I was up 60 pips. I was trying to hold it to TP3, but I did put my stop loss at entry, so I'm going to delete this. Ah, the wrong part. I'm gonna delete this line. Thank God for these buttons on TradingView. Like, whoever thought of this, they knew. Because I would have hated to just redo all that. So now I am going to wait for confirmation on this trend line to get another entry to get back in for this buy, or see if the dollar is going to turn around and go for a buy and G is going to sell, and then I'm going to wait for break and retest this trend line to sell GU. So I don't know right now. Let's see. I usually have all my analysis on the daily. When I look to enter, I enter on the 30-minute time frame for break and retest. Nice, David. I normally do top down from monthly down to the 1 hour, and I enter on the 1 hour normally, unless I'm like on the charts and looking to, then I'll go down to the 15-minute and wait. So, but usually I'm looking at the daily to mark up, and right at the levels of interest, I look at the 30-minute. What do you think of GBP CHF? I actually don't trade GBP CHF, but we can look at it real quick. I normally only use Owanda's. Right now, looking at this 4 hour, this is beautiful. And I see a fib right here. So we got our A, we got our B. Price came up to the 382. Definitely looking for GBP CHF to come down to the 27 at 1.19734. And if it continues to fall, then down here to the 618. GBP CHF, I might need to start trading this. This is pretty. I like pretty structure. That's one thing that I like about GU. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Nice trend line. I actually have never even this isn't even a top-down analysis, but this is wow, 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 wow. That entry would have been yesterday. Wait for a retrace on this. It's gonna pull well with GBP pairs. You'd never know if you're gonna get a pullback because you get moves like this. Momentum keeps just pushing down. So if you're in this, yeah. TP still got about 52 pips to TP2 because this would have been TP1. And if it continues to fall, 168 pips to TP2. I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to save this. Add this to my watch list. We might have to put these GBP pairs on deck up in this watch list. I traded US 30 yesterday. I caught 30 pips. Put my stop loss at entry because I wanted to see it come higher. But it looks like price might be coming back down to fill this imbalance before going higher to fill this imbalance. Definitely got a zone there, which I did mark up. Gold is still in the same area. You got that breakout, retest. 178 pips. GJ. This anchor text on the stock thing. I'm looking to short Netflix. Let me see. Let's look at Netflix chart. I'm trying to delete all these anchor texts. I don't like that. You see when you move the chart, this doesn't move with it. All right. Let's see about Netflix. I'm not looked at Netflix chart either because I don't do stocks at all. haven't gotten to that point. But what do you have for Netflix, David? I don't even know how to pull up the chart. Oh, because I have it on Owanda only. Netflix is gonna be the last thing I'll look at, and then I'm logging off because I'm 15 minutes past getting off. I'll be back on at 9 o'clock. I don't even know like which source to use for Netflix because let's look at these charts. Which one do you use, David? Mm, yeah, see, this is what I don't like about stocks when I did look at the chart. What are these gaps about? This is a big old gap. Which source do you use? I took it off of Owanda. Ugh, definitely don't like that. That's choppy. The top one? Okay. So we'll go back to this one. So this is what I don't like about stocks. How they gap like this. And this happened in the same day. And then also in the UK. So what time is 9 o'clock? Let me see. Let me go to my clock on my phone. Let's see. World clock. Let's type in UK. NASDAQ, the gaps are overnight session when it closes. Okay, thank you. See, we're going to learn something. We're going to learn together. Okay, so it's 10:17 in the morning there for you. I'm in the U.S. on Eastern Standard Time, so it's 5:17 in the morning for me. So 9 o'clock before 4 more hours. So 2 o'clock for you would be 9 o'clock for me. So these are closed. Okay. I could draw a fib on this. I do see this double bottom. And I got a point A and a point B. Are you looking for a long position on Netflix? You gonna mess around and have me buy Netflix? Because this is a nice fib. This 0 would be TP1. The negative 27 would be TP2. And the negative 61.8 would be TP3, which lines up with the 200 moving average. The 27 lines up with this zone right here. TP1. Yeah, long. Oh, nice. What are you buying Netflix on? What platform you using? Tasty, what is it? Tasty Works, TD Ameritrade. Um, what platform are you using it? Cause you gonna mess around and have me buy Netflix. This is perfect on the Fed, and that's not even doing a top-down analysis. I'm gonna do a top-down analysis when I get off. Follow me on Instagram at Sierra, SIERRA underscore trades underscore. I'm gonna type it in the chat. And I'm gonna do a top-down analysis. I'm gonna post it there for Netflix. But just looking at this, let's see what it looked like on a daily. This is it. Where's the rest of the chart? This is April 2022. It's on the daily. It's still same on the fib. This is point A. This is point B. This is point C. And you want to take it to point D. So it's still the same levels. Gotta hold that. 2 to 200. What is that? $216.03. Perfect entry would have been here at $175. Hold on, let me go back. You said zoom out. It had a crazy gap. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. It sure did have a crazy gap. Oh my goodness, when did that happen? In April. I gotta look at some videos so I can figure out how to read these. Do y'all call them pips for stocks? Is it the same as Forex? Zoom out the daily. There we go. Okay. Yeah, these gaps are crazy. The day Netflix raised prices. Oh, okay. Yeah, which we all hated. Points. Okay. So it's the same as like for US 30 and NAS and SPX is points instead of pips. Some people still say pips. Or handles. Okay. But definitely I'm gonna do a top-down analysis on this later. It's 5:23, David. I normally stream 3 a.m. my time, which is whatever London market open is for you. It's London market open my time to 5 a.m. And then I'll be back at 9 a.m. my time, 2 p.m. your time. So come back at 2 and we can go over Netflix